Hey guys, what's going on? Steven back again, and welcome back to another video from the Template Institute, which I think is my last 40k video from this channel. I'm pretty sure I've done all the other ones, I think. Let's see. Eldar, yes, I just recently did that one. State of the Galaxy, yes. Necrons, I did that one before Eldar. Imperial Fists, yes. Astra Militarum, Imperial Guard, I'm about to do now. The Orcs, pretty sure I did that one. BFG, yes. Tyranids, yes. Cadia, sadly. Death Guard, yes. The Imperial Man, yep. Realm of Ultramar, oh yeah. Holy Terror, yes. Commander Farsight. I don't know if I did that one. I'm not sure if I did Commander Farsight or not, so I might have to do that one. I don't know, let me know if that one's worth it. You know, it's just one person from the Tau, so let me know if that's worth it or not. But yeah, other than that, this is like the last one. I know they do have fantasy, which I am going to get to for you fantasy fans. And what else is there? Yes, I know there is still the Emperor's text-to-speech, which you guys have been definitely asking me about, which I will get to after that. And what else? Oh, there is some new videos I have been watching. Well, I only watched one video, but the channel is actually called, what was it? Play on Tabletop? And they just do 40k battles. And it looked really good. The one video I watched was really cool, watching, you know, the new rules, the objectives, the scenarios, checking out the new models and stuff. It was really cool. So, you know, maybe if you guys want me to, you know, watch more of those videos and record them, I'll do that. If you guys are interested, you know, it's up to you. I only watched one video, but I liked it. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, so don't worry, there's still plenty more videos coming. So anyways, let's get into this one here. The Astra Militarum, the Imperial Guard. Here we go.
Attention Institute personnel. This investigation marks the release of Template 2.0. To celebrate, anyone pledged to our Patreon page at $10 and above before November 30th will receive an exclusive and limited edition Operation Thundershark patch. There's been a ton of changes to the Template Institute, so stick around after this episode for more details. The Emperor wills it, and you shall obey.
Astra Militarum.
In the grim darkness of the far future, the age of the Imperium is over. Across the universe, a death knell has sounded, for the time of ending has begun. Tyranid hive fleets move inexorably towards the guiding light of the Astronomicon. Orcs in the trillions gather around the banners of the warlord Ghazghul Thraka. Necron tombs, silent for millennia,
Necrons.
now awaken, and a warp storm of unprecedented fury has torn the galaxy in two. The final prelude, it is whispered, to the ultimate victory
That
of
thing
the
is
ruinous
cool,
powers.
whatever the hell that thing is.
The fate of humanity rests with the myriad of forces at the Imperium's command. A single shot fired by the Officio Assassinorum can end a rebellion before it begins.
That is
the
true.
Collegia Titanica can grind entire worlds to powder.
Titans.
The Adepta Sororitas can cast the holy word of the Emperor to even the darkest
Sisters of
corners
Battle.
of the galaxy. But of all the armies to have ever raised their weapons and banners in the defense of mankind, there is one above all through which the destiny of the Imperium will be decided.
The Guard.
Each day on a million worlds, women and men, ordinary citizens of the Imperium, depart their homes, often never to return. They are sent to the front lines of wars beyond number and against eldritch creatures, immortal warriors, and the powers of hell itself, expected to hold the line.
How do you fight against something
They
like that?
are slaughtered in the ruins
Look at
of
the
once
size of that
proud
demon.
cities, in the depths of forgotten battlefields, and to the laughter of thirsting gods. But for 10,000 years, that line has held. For 10,000 years, one force in the galaxy has stood against the enemies of the Imperium and spoken to them in the language of fire. Each day, on 1,000,000 worlds, women and men, ordinary citizens of the Imperium, depart their homes so they might fight for humanity as soldiers in the Astra Militarum, the Imperial Guard. The scale and complexity of the Imperial Guard rivals that of the Imperium itself. It is the largest coordinated fighting force in the galaxy, serving as the first and often only line of defense against the innumerable powers that threaten the continued existence of mankind. While it is famous for the vast numbers of tanks, aircraft, and artillery
That
under its
picture is
command,
so iconic.
at its
That was the
core,
rule book for
it is
Imperial Guard.
comprised of
I don't know if it
countless
still is or
billions of
not.
immortal soldiers, organized into hundreds of thousands of regiments. The recruitment of these regiments is among the most pivotal duties assigned to every Imperial commander, planetary lord, or Imperial governor. According to the law of the Imperium, every world under its authority must maintain a standing army to preserve the planetary government and deter any form of internal insurrection or foreign invasion. Each
Makes
of
sense.
these
You're gonna have a
planetary
defense
defense
force at
forces
least.
exist as their own individual bodies, free to defend their own world and enforce their own standards as they see fit, provided they contribute a fraction of their number to serve the wider Imperium and join the Imperial Guard. The method by which these troops are recruited varies significantly from sector to sector and planet to planet. Defense forces of many worlds are little more than rival gangs, nomadic tribesmen, or condemned criminals, and selection for service within the Imperial Guard is often done under threat of summary execution. Other planets might have well-established professional standing armies who view recruitment into the Imperial Guard as a noble, heroic pursuit. However the individuals and units selected to join the Imperial Guard are chosen, their quality reflects on that world's ruler. Should a regiment provided to the
Jeez,
Imperial
look at those
Guard
turrets.
be of insufficient quality, the life of even
that,
a
like, 6
planetary governor
guns?
is immediately forfeit. For this reason, the soldiers selected for the Astra Militarum tend to be drawn from the elite troops of any planetary defense force. Even so, the composition and number of regiments drawn from each planet is wildly diverse. A highly industrialized hive world with 1 trillion Imperial citizens might be required to provide hundreds of millions of soldiers, tens of millions of tanks, and other mechanized equipment. These would be supplemented by professional uniforms, munitions, replacement parts, and every manner of material required to outfit and sustain a force of that size. An agricultural or feudal world, by contrast, might have a significantly lower military tribute, providing as little as 1,000,000 men and 100,000 cavalry. Such soldiers may lack even the most rudimentary equipment and possess little experience handling anything more complex than a windmill. This enormous disparity within the Imperial Guard makes any attempt at standardization impossible. Every regiment is equipped in the manner of their homeworld, and many such worlds have grown famous for the conduct of their soldiers. Prized by even the Adeptus Terra as the epitome of the Astra Militarum are the Cadian shock troops. The regiments of Cadia are equipped with the highest standards of gear available, and the martial culture of their homeworld has imbued every soldier with a natural affinity for life in military service. Cadia itself is but a memory, destroyed during the 13th Black Crusade of Abaddon the Despoiler.
Really? You gotta bring that back
but that
up?
memory has served the Imperium as much in death as in life. Factory worlds across the galaxy
planet
produce
broke before
equipment
the
for the
Guard.
Imperial Guard to Cadian specifications, and countless regiments are trained and deployed in the fashion of their Cadian brethren. Equally
That's pretty cool
legendary,
that
if less
Cadians are kinda like
ubiquitous
the-
regiments are raised on worlds spanning the breadth of the Imperium.
I guess you can say like
The
the
Ice
mold,
Warriors of
if you
Valhalla
will,
are said to be as
for
inexorable
all
as
other
the winter
Imperial Guard
itself,
units, I guess.
ruthless as the bitter frost, and as certain as death. They have acquired an infamous reputation for their thundering artillery barrages, combined with waves of charging infantry. Valhallans are the masters of Arctic warfare, viewed by outsiders as somehow impervious to harsh conditions or the value of human life. Fueled by the forges of their hive world and millennia of warfare are the regiments of the Armageddon Steel Legion. Highly mechanized and mobile, the Steel Legion has an unequaled number of tanks and armored personnel carriers in their service, and time again have charged across the wastelands of Armageddon, supported in the skies above by gunships and fighter aircraft. The Mordian Iron Guard are widely derided for their stiff and unforgiving demeanor, ridiculed as more
Those are
troubled
some
with
pretty cool
maintaining
looking
their
uniforms.
brightly colored uniforms and marching in perfect formation than the more pragmatic concerns of soldiery. Such discipline is an absolute necessity on their strictly rationed
Kinda like old
homeworld,
school
however,
uniforms.
and in battle, their iron resolve makes them cold-blooded killers. They will hold their ground at any cost, laying waste to the enemy with perfectly disciplined fire. The Desert Raiders of Talarn, by contrast, are unequaled within the Guard for their guerrilla tactics. Evasive and opportunistic, they have perfected the doctrine of hit-and-run warfare, harassing their opponents without mercy before disappearing into the dust kicked up by their rugged mounts.
Well, there you go. Hit and
Every
run.
regiment
Try to
in the
lure
Astra
them
Militarum,
into a
regardless of their
trap or
homeworld,
something.
possess some level of fatalism. But none can match the notoriously grim warriors of the Death Corps of Krieg.
Krieg.
Once a prosperous
They're
hive
probably like the
world,
coolest
Krieg
looking
today
ones.
is an atomic wasteland, the result of a rebellion against the Imperium,
I mean, come
for
on,
which its
look at their
soldiers must
horses.
now
Even their
atone.
horses look
They are
badass.
synonymous with their heavy greatcoats and sinister gas masks, rarely removing them even to eat or drink. They specialize in wars of attrition, where their willingness to die for the Emperor exceeds any other consideration.
Wow.
But in the minds of many across the Imperium,
Catachan.
alone is a worthy successor to Cadia. It is a
Rambo.
death world of unrelenting butchery, where every plant, animal, and insect are hostile to human life. Catachans have a well-deserved reputation as the deadliest jungle warfare experts in the galaxy, as even the bloodiest battle might be a favorable reprieve compared to life on their homeworld. Close combat is their particular specialty, along with extensive use of traps, mines, and improvised weaponry. With no other resources, knowledge, or worth, regiments of jungle fighters are the sole export of Catachan and used to devastating effect. There are countless other regiments of renown within the Astra Militarum: the Vestroyan Firstborn, the Attilan Rough Riders, the Elysian Drop Troops, or the Tanith First and Only. But for every
heard of
world
those
or
first one
regiment
or the
honored
last
for the
one. I
heroism
heard of the
and
Rough
dedication of
Riders.
its soldiers, 1,000 more
And the,
remain
what was it, shock
unsung
troops?
and forgotten, save by the Emperor himself. Regardless of their origin, every regiment is subordinate to the Lord Commander Militant. In theory, this individual passes on the dictates of the High Lords of Terra to the Lord Commander of each segmentum, who in turn hold authority and responsibility for vast swaths of the galaxy. In practice, the Lord Commander Militant is primarily a political position, more concerned with overseeing the bureaucracy of the Departamento Munitorum, and devoted to the general administration, personnel assignment, supply, and military logistics of the Imperial Guard, rather than any direct orders to its armies. In the rare instances in which centralized command has been imposed over far-flung Imperial regiments, the results are often disastrous. The unpredictable realities of faster-than-light travel mean that communiques and orders arrive years or decades after they were meant to, or in a
Jesus.
single garbled transmission impossible to understand.
Hey, I need you guys to pull out.
Entire wars have been lost
Oops.
when dogmatic commanders have stubbornly implemented nonsensical orders to their subordinates. The practicalities of the galaxy and of command instead dictate that authority over the Imperial Guard falls to the officer of the highest rank in any given theater of war. While such a command structure is plagued by overlapping regions of authority, competing commanders issuing conflicting orders, and needless complexity, it is the only method by which the Astra Militarum can remain flexible enough to remain operationally effective.
Yeah, it's gonna be confusing.
Individual commanders vary tremendously in their approach. Some command from miles behind the front lines, or from the relative safety of low orbit. Others are present where fighting is thickest, leading their soldiers through example.
And those
In
are the
other
ones that are
cases,
probably the respected
Astra
the most.
Militarum forces are subordinate to other branches of the Imperial military. It is not uncommon for Imperial Guard regiments to supplement the Space Marines of the Adeptus Astartes, the Skitarii of the Adeptus Mechanicus, or any other force as required. In rare cases, such as during an Imperial crusade or an extraordinary threat to the entire Imperium, a commander within the Astra Militarum might be granted the title of War Master. This individual is second only to the Lord Commander Militant, and the
Wow,
supreme
that's
authority
a
over
huge
every
promotion.
Imperial military force within their area of operations. There is rarely more than one War Master within the Imperium at any one time, and many who are granted it prefer to instead be known as a High Solar, rather than be associated with the very first Imperial War Master, the traitor Horus.
Yeah,
The organizational structures of
I
the
don't think
Astra
I'd want to be called
Militarum
War
are
Master
defined
and
by
stuff.
an ancient text known as
Name's
the
kinda
Tactica Imperium.
tainted.
Its knowledge stretches back into antiquity, and many of its teachings predate the rule of the Emperor, the Dark Age of technology, and the unification of ancient Terra. At its most basic tenets, the Tactica Imperium groups squads together based on their specialization. Infantry platoons comprise infantry companies, which in turn make up infantry regiments.
Mortars
Tank,
are pretty fun.
cavalry, artillery, and support
Ooh,
regiments are
Chimera.
structured in this same manner. Regiments together, therefore, complement each other's strengths and weaknesses, ensuring that the army as a whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Like every other facet of the Imperial Guard, the composition of its regiments again varies wildly. When facing the massed numbers of a Tyranid swarm or the hit-and-fade tactics of the Drukhari, the standardized methods of organization lose their effectiveness, and entire armies must be restructured to best combat these threats.
Well, of course.
More varied and versatile
With
deployments are
Tyranids, you
often
want
favored by local
as much
commanders.
fire, flamethrowers, heavy
Amongst the more
flamethrowers,
exotic
artillery.
forces utilized by the Astra Militarum are
You
the
know, that you can
warp-sensitive
get the most
psychers of
explosions,
Scholastica
you know,
Psychana. Their
area of
value
effect,
to the
if you
Imperial
will.
Guard outweighs the moral repugnance they evoke, unleashing warp-fueled devastation equal to an entire company of heavy guns. Less unusual, but still uncommon within the Imperial Guard, are the varieties of abhumans within the Militarum
Oh, the
Auxilia.
Ogrins.
Millennia of mutations and extreme environmental conditions have shaped sub-races of hulking Ogrins and keen-eyed ratlings, who have found
I've
great
never seen
success
anybody
as
use
shock
those. I don't know
troopers
if they're
and
good or
scouts,
not.
respectively. A common saying is that the only true standardized piece of Imperial equipment issued to every regiment is a
Commissar?
Commissar. Such a thing would never be said within their presence, however, for it is the task of these political officers to maintain the morale and loyalty of their troops, doing so
That's
typically
right, you
at
run, you
gunpoint.
get shot.
A commissar has the authority to overrule even the commanding officer of a regiment, and can
Really?
inspire their charges to accomplish what might have seemed impossible.
Wow.
Even the unassuming lasgun, the most widely used weapon of the Imperial Guard, exists in 1,000 models and variations. It can be constructed out of wood and plastic, metal and composites,
Really?
emblazoned
Wood and
with golden
plastic?
sigils, or garish, improvised improvements. It can function as a sniper rifle or pistol, a lightweight weapon easier to handle and aim, or illegally modified to deliver more energy per shot. It can
Illegally.
be built in advanced assembly lines, or by hastily trained peasants. It functions even when covered in dust, mud, or drenched in water.
So it's kind
Neither
of like the
blazing heat
AK-47
or
of the
frigid cold
40K
impedes
future.
its effectiveness. It is simple and reliable, a perfect metaphor for the Imperial Guard. The modern Astra Militarum began as the Imperial Army. The force was first used by the Emperor of Man during the Wars of Unification on Earth, and later to support the advances of the Space Marine legions during the
Wow,
Great
those
Crusade.
are very interesting looking.
During
with
this
the
time,
big fur hats.
the Imperial Army commanded land, air, and space assets, with no differentiation between the space-based and ground-based branches of the service. The betrayal by War Master Horus and the subsequent civil war he unleashed forever tarnished the reputation of the Imperial Army. Unnumbered regiments joined the traitor legions, spreading death and corruption across the Imperium. When it was reformed as the Astra Militarum, all naval assets were stripped from its command and organized into the complementary Imperial Navy. With neither force able to mount a campaign without the support of the other, the threat of another large-scale rebellion was, in theory, removed.
Well, at
In
least
all
that's
the
good. I
ages
mean, you
since,
do
the
need
Imperial Guard has
each other.
remained the backbone of the Imperium's defense. Its forces have fought across every battlefield against every foe, enduring the stain of defeat and seizing the exultation of victory. Its greatest commanders have entered the highest pantheon of Imperial heroes, with names like Caiaphas Cain, Sly Marbo, Ibram Gaunt, Lord Solar Macarius, Sebastian Yerrick, and Usarkar Creed known across the entire galaxy. It is the name
I don't really
Olanius
remember any of
Pius,
those
however,
names.
that is revered above all others. The extent of his deeds and whether such a man ever existed at all has been lost to antiquity. But, according to legend, at the height of the Horus Heresy, as the Imperial Palace and all Terra burned beneath the might of the ruinous powers, a single man placed himself between the Emperor of Mankind and the arch-traitor Horus Lupercal, War Master and Chosen of the Four Gods of Chaos. Some accounts claim it was a Terminator of the Adeptus Astartes, or a warrior of the Legio Custodes, but every guardsman knows with certainty that he was nothing more than an ordinary man. A mortal soldier who faced down the greatest terror all reality had to offer and died standing. Alien tyrants, immortal intelligences, the Dark God, and the universe itself
went
make
between
mockery
the
of
Emperor
human
and
life.
Horus?
For against the terrible foes of mankind, a single guardsman alone can do nothing. But a guardsman is never alone.
So someone tried to come between
They are
those
deployed
two?
into battle alongside their fire teams, their
was he, like,
squads
trying to do,
and
like,
sections, their platoons,
make
companies,
peace or
and
something?
regiments. Their armies cover entire continents, entire worlds. Behind them roar the engines of battle tanks bearing the names of immortal heroes, formations of war machines of such scale and power that entire mountains
Ooh,
might be
is that a
ground to
Baneblade?
dust beneath their treads. Overhead, the skies are filled with gunships and attack craft, unleashing such fury that the sun itself is concealed behind the black smoke of rocket propellant.
Jeez.
At night, entire horizons
fight
are
in the
lit with the
shade.
fires of heavy guns, a declaration to the enemies of the Imperium
Valkyries,
that
those
they
were
have
pretty
come here
badass
to
models.
die. But should every world fall, every fortress be overrun, and the gates of Terra defended by the last guardsmen in the Imperium, they will still not stand alone. The spirit of the Emperor is with all who fight in his name. And while no army is big enough to conquer the galaxy, faith alone can overturn the universe. As mentioned at the start of this
there we go.
investigation, we have completely...
So there it is, the Imperial Guard. Wow. That was very interesting. You know, I didn't know about what was it? The person who went between Horus and the Emperor. Let me see if I can find that one spot here and listen to it again. So what? Someone came between them?
A single man placed himself between the Emperor of Mankind and the arch-traitor Horus Lupercal, War Master and Chosen of the Four Gods of Chaos. Some accounts claim it was a Terminator
was,
of
like,
the
his-
Adeptus Astartes, or a warrior of the Legio Custodes, but every guardsman knows with certainty that he was nothing more than an ordinary man. A mortal soldier who faced down the greatest terror all reality had to offer and died standing. Alien tyrants, immortal intelligences,
Okay, so someone
the Dark Gods,
did come between them?
and Chosen Palace and all Terra burned beneath the might of the ruinous powers. A single man placed himself between the Emperor of Mankind and the arch-traitor Horus Lupercal, War Master and Chosen of the Four Gods of Chaos. Some accounts claim it was a Terminator of the Adeptus Astartes.
So what was his... So what was his goal then? Was it like defend the Emperor? Be like, if you want to get to him, you have to come through me type of thing? Or was he kind of like, you know, hey, trying to like keep the peace? I don't know. That's just very interesting that a guardsman would come between those two. You know, whatever his goal was. That's very interesting. But yeah, there we go. There is the Astra Militarum, the Imperial Guard. Very cool, you know, hearing about all the different, you know, I don't want to say units or squadrons, but, you know, the different, whatever you call them, you know, like there's Cadians, there's Cadians, there's the Death Corps of Krieg, which are actually look really damn cool. I believe Forge World actually came out with some new models, I think. I don't know if they're new or not, but I know they have Death Corps of Krieg ones, Armies of the Imperium, Grey Knights, Astra Militarum. Ooh, Stormblade. Let's see. View all. Lots of tanks. I should just bring this page over here. Whoop. There we go. All right. Do a little shopping here. Yeah, like I can afford any of this stuff here. I actually owned one of these. Was that one? No. It was something similar to it. Yeah, I swear, I thought they had, troops and stuff. Unless I'm looking under the wrong thing here. Astra Militarum. Huh. Unless they don't carry them anymore. Armies of Chaos. Armies of the Imperium. Blood Angels. Oh. Duh. Death Corps Krieg says it right there. Durr. But yeah, these look so cool. Look at how badass those things look. Those look absolutely fantastic. $72 though. Yeah. Heavy mortar battery, heavy quad launcher battery. Ooh, Earthshaker carriage battery. Wow. Imperial bombard. Breaching drill. Interesting. Ooh, the Commissars. What are they? That looks awesome. Alright, so this one must be the tank commander. I mean, come on. Look how fucking badass he looks. Yeah. Bring it on. It's like some General Patton shit right there. This dude here pulling out his sword. And then that one right there. Oh, that looks so cool. Ooh. Oh. That one looks awesome too, with his coat draped over his shoulders. Man, some of these ones look so sick. Go back. What else we got? I could spend all day just doing this. That's pretty cool. Engineers with mole launcher. Don't know what the hell that is, but hey. Some of the tanks. Heavy bolter. Ooh. Grenadier heavy flamer team. Wow. But yeah, they gotta be like the coolest looking ones. Alright, I could probably sit here all day just like checking all this stuff out. Space Marines, is there anything? Oh, new. Here we go. What do they got for new? Just out of curiosity. Ooh. Hello there. Look at those. I am a sucker for like the winged helmets. Sword and shields. That looks sick. That shield looks sick. That looks awesome. The two-handed sword. Wow. $93. Ooh, Dark Angels. Yeah. What else they got? New releases. Paint. I don't know anything about whatever these are. Escher Champions. Orkwog Mega Bomber. Oh, man. I think I know a friend of mine had one of these. I don't remember which one it was, but he had a an Eldar Titan. I think it was this one with the 2 pulsars, I believe. Anything new for Necrons, out of curiosity? Those things look pretty cool. Heavy Construct. Shroud Bomber. Someone did have one of these things. I only saw it used once or twice. I guess it was quite a few points to field that. I don't know if they got rules. No, they don't have the rules on it or anything like that, unfortunately. Bloodthirster still looks the same. One of the workers, one of my coworkers had this. That looks really cool. I'm surprised it's this old. I'm surprised they haven't updated it. You know, it's been like this same model. I mean, I guess it still looks really damn good, but you know, it's been like that same model for at least like 10 years. Well, maybe they did change some things around. The face looks very different. But anyways, I could sit there all day just just watching, just shopping. But yeah, anyways, there we are, the Imperial Guard. Now, as I said, I think the channel was called Play on Tabletop? Yeah, Play on Tabletop. Yeah, so I watched one of these videos here, and I believe they do all sorts of like tabletop battles and stuff like that. So I mean, if you guys want me to, like, you know, watch them and stuff like that, you know, let me know. Like, this is what, 2000 point battle report, Tau versus Chaos. Wow. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to check out, like, watch more of these videos, so you can check them out and see. Yeah, I do. I'll attack this, I'll attack that, and stuff like that. If you guys want me to do, you know, these videos, let me know. I only watched one so far, and I thought it was really cool, so it's up to you guys. Let me know. So, yeah, there we are. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Remember, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description box below. And, of course, like I said, you know, I still have that Commander Farsight video. If you want me to do that one, you know, if it's worth it or not, I'll do that one. I do have the fantasy versions from Templin Institute as well. The Emperor Text-to-Speech. And, you know, these ones here, if you know, you guys want me to watch actual tabletop battles, you know, just let me know. So anyways, other than that, you know, if you guys liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Remember, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description box below. And other than that, just stick around. More videos are on the way. And I'll see you guys next time.